Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am the Armed Scotsman, and on the table today we have a Mossberg 940 Pro Tactical 12 gauge shotgun. Let's get this going. Alright everybody, as I said, we do have a Mossberg shotgun on the table today. This is a semi-auto shotgun. We're just going to go over the features, tell it how it shoots and things like that. So let's just jump straight on in here and we'll start at the back. You have a very comfortable, almost kind of a limb saver pad at the back here. Nice and rubberized, very comfortable, very grippy on the shoulder. Nice little butt pad in the back here. I do like that a lot. Now, you can change the length of pull on this, so if it's not quite right when you dig that into your shoulder and the length's not quite long enough for you, which I don't have that problem, I have short arms, it does come with some extras that you can, I think it's in my pocket too somewhere, that you can add these out to give you a little longer length of pull. If you don't like the oversized rubber butt pad, which I don't know why you wouldn't, you can switch it out to one that has less padding, but I'm all for the padding. And moving down to the receiver. Now, being a Mossberg, you do have the typical safety on the top like so that is obviously safe, and then when it is red in the bottom, you are hot and ready to go. It's got some nice serrations on the front, top and at the bottom of the actual lever or button right here, so you can get a nice purchase. Even if your hands are wet or anything like that, you can still actuate that, no problems whatsoever. We'll leave that back on safe. Now, going up to the top here, we do have an optics ready right out of the box, which I'm not sure if I've seen that in a shotgun before. But I don't typically deal with a ton of shotguns, so maybe this is out there in other ones. But I think it's really cool that it comes with an optics cut that you can put a micro red dot on there. It's held in with two screws right here. Pop that off, and then you can put on your micro red dot. Now, on top of the receiver here, there is some serrations along here. Now, this is to keep the glare down. If the sun's beating on it, it's to keep that glare off. And then you have two little screws here, which seem like a little weird place to have them. But that is so you can actually attach a pick rail up here if you want to do that. Now, you know, again, if you want to use maybe a bigger optic or something like that, you might want to put a pick rail on there instead of using the micro red dot. But super cool. It does come with that. Big fan. Very cool right out of the box. Now, moving to the charging handle. Charging handle is oversized. It's got awesome knurling on it. It feels a lot like the GG&G charging handle, but the knurling is better. I really do like that, charging handle right there. Moving down to the bolt catch, bolt release, it's oversized, just kind of like the Beretta 1301s right out of the box. I mean, different company obviously, but we're going to make some comparisons to some other shotguns occasionally. And so I love it's oversized, it's out of the way. So if this is locked back and I'm pushing that down, my fingers are nowhere near that charging handle right there, so I'm not going to get smacked. So really, really nice, out of the box, love it. You got some nice engraving here with the 940 Pro engraved right there. All right, moving down, let's go to the trigger. Obviously, you got your trigger guard right here. You'll notice that has this little silver piece sticking down right here, and obviously I'm probably running close-ups video of this in for you guys. That little piece there, let me show you what that is for. So we'll take that on fire. Obviously the gun is clear. Make sure you, and you'll notice that the little silver tab disappeared. Now when you rack the gun, you'll notice that the little tab comes back down inside the trigger guard. That is to let you know that you are cocked, locked, and ready to rock. So that is what that indicates, that you are charged and you're ready to go. So very cool little, it's just kind of, it's indiscreet, it's not very obvious. You know, you can feel it if you want to, you know, you don't have to look to feel it. I mean, if you're getting ready to shoot and you're like, oh, is my lock? You can just lift your finger up to touch that. You can feel that little nub. Or again, you can just turn to visually inspect it, that it's good to go. So very nice. The trigger, it's like almost like a two-stage, it feels like. You got that first stage, which is just that take up, you're at a wall and it's consistent. And then you've got a decent break right there. As shotgun triggers goes, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Reset, a little bit of let out. And you heard that So about, I would say it's about a 4-pound pull, which seems pretty accurate. Nice trigger on there. Moving on up, the barrel is an 18.5-inch barrel. And it's a gas vent system below this. That's how we're running this. And then we have their handguard right here. It's got some nice knurling on the sides. It's got the Mossberg logo under here. I kind of would have liked this to have more knurling. So when I'm getting a grip of it, it doesn't feel, because it feels kind of slick. Maybe there's some extra knurling under there. Maybe I'm just being a little picky, but the logo does look pretty cool, but I think I would have preferred just a little bit more knurling under there. So yeah, and then we obviously have the tube right here. The tube is set for, depending on shell size, but 7+1, 7 in the tube, 1 in the chamber. Another cool feature, I really like this clamp between the barrel and the magazine tube right here is this clamp, but not only does that keep it together, there's actually an M-lock slot on either side, which I think is really cool. That way you can attach maybe I don't think I have one to look around here, a little QD sling mount. You could put it on there so you can add a sling, or maybe on this side you could put, M-locks for a light and put a light on there. I don't know, whatever you may want to do. I think it's just nice to have a couple of options up here that you can attach a couple of different things. At the very front, we do have a red fiber optic on the front, and in the sunlight, that sucker picks up really, really well. Very, very nice. Now let's go over loading this gun. Now it's actually widened and beveled, again, kind of like the 1301. If you've seen the review or if you've played with the 1301, this has been widened and it's beveled. Very, very nicely done. Again, if I compare this to, say, my Benelli M4, this is a lot easier to load the rounds than my Benelli. So it's very nice, very easy to do. And then comparing this to the previous model had a cutout right here, like a half moon shape, which I haven't played with it, but people complained that when they were loading, sometimes they would get their finger caught in there and kind of chunk it up. So they took out that half moon right there, so you don't get your finger caught. So you do have that anodized follower right here, that orange color, very visible, very easy to see, and it is aluminum, so you should, and it's very, the action, everything's very smooth, putting those rounds in and out, so very nicely done down here as well. Very well thought out. It seems like they've taken a lot of good feedback and done this, so very, very good. And then since we're down here, we're going to talk about how you can unload this a little safer than other shotguns. Obviously, a lot of us will, if we're unloading, we're racking it, not all the time, I guess, but putting it into the chamber and then pulling it out and just unloading that way. So, but with this method, all you got to do is push down on the sled and actually just push your bolt and bolt release button right here. That'll allow you to eject the rounds. I'm not going to do it because I only have live rounds and I'm not going to do that in my house, but that is how you can easy unload your shotgun. So very cool little feature on there too. The overall, I went and shot, I'm probably maybe about 150 rounds through it. Shooting it it's really nice. I'm not a shotgun expert by any means, but the overall quality of construction of the gun and the shooting was very nice. I mean, I was shooting probably just to 25 yards with double aught buck, very accurate. I mean, it was hitting every time. So I mean, again, it's not very far, obviously. How would I compare this? Again, I've done a kind of a slimmer, I've done a slight comparison to this to like the Beretta 1301. I think quality-wise, it's definitely on par. I think the feature-wise, right out of the box, is excellent, like the 1301. And maybe this is not an apples-to-apples comparison, but again, just to give you guys an idea, the only thing that I would say that the Beretta 1301 for me did better was it was freaking fast. I didn't feel like I could get quite as fast with this one, and the Beretta was definitely was going to go as fast as I wanted. Other than that, I feel that they're pretty comparable. Feature-wise, quality built-wise, Mossberg makes excellent shotguns, as we all know. Jerry Michulich runs shotguns from Mossberg, and we all know how good he is. They're a very good company, and they make very good products. So feature-rich. I mean, and the price-wise, you're looking about retail, probably around the $1,000 mark, which again, I think for semi-auto shotguns on the market is it's a pretty good price. A lot of shotguns, especially semi-auto, from the big names, are going to cost you about that or even more. So I think in that price range, you're looking at a good deal. So for me, solid shotgun, love shooting it. The only thing, as I say, that I'm being a little nitpicky on is I think I would just prefer a little more knurling under here. Other than that, I really don't have any complaints with my initial thoughts and shooting it. So yeah, happy days. All right, folks, any questions, comments, please ask them below. I'm always happy to help out wherever I can. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, please do so. It doesn't cost you a thing, but it really does help me out, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. All right, folks, until next time, I'll catch you later.